series that we're doing about AI for environmental consultants. And this is also something we do on my Thursday Talk with Wayne sessions. And honestly, here's a great lesson for us. AI is not working for me right now. I don't know what's going on, but I had been using ChatGPT, specifically the 4.5 thinking version, and it is just stuck today. And it's been that way all morning, an afternoon, and it just sits here doing nothing. So I have no new presentation. It's all right. We'll make it work. I've done that many times before. And I is am I frozen, Mark? Because I'm not seeing myself even on the Zoom. I'm on it, but I'm frozen.
No, you're good. We see the video.
Now it's coming in from.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started with any kind of presentation, because it's going to be ad hoc anyway, because I don't have one. We're going to make it up as we go, but I've done that frequently before. Let's see what questions we've got from anyone. If you've got anything related to AI, Alicia, I will just tell you right now, if it's some other environmental issue, ecological, we're not going to deal with it quite yet. But we will, because this is something we're recording. We're making a course out of it that is for students. It is the most important technology in the world today, in my opinion. And it's something that everybody in the ecological and environmental sciences should understand, and probably better than they do. I am certainly trying to understand it better than I do. And I do understand this. It fails a lot still. And it's failing right now because I cannot get, I'm not showing my screen right now because I can't get ChatGPT, which is what I've been using to prepare this, to work right now. And I'll go into it in a minute and show you just some of the things that it's doing wrong. I'll show you some of the other tools, and I've even used a couple new ones since last week. One is called Instantly Claw, and a term that you're going to be hearing out there in the environmental market, in all the marketplace, is OpenClaw. And OpenClaw is just, I'm going to just call it a more automated mode of using artificial intelligence. Again, that's what the acronym AI is. It's for artificial intelligence. By the way, does anybody know what the new acronym that just in the last, week is starting to be used by people for what's even the next version or the next upgrade with AI? Anybody? Give a guess. Somebody should just give a guess about it. By the way, I see some people in the audience today that haven't been on in a while. Welcome. Appreciate you. Anybody have a guess what it's called? So I'll give you a little bit of a hint. So AI, artificial intelligence. This is SI is the acronym. And what does the S stand for? So what acronym, what is the word that the S stands for? Make a guess, somebody. Mark, do you have a guess? Have we talked about this?
Yes, we talked about this in, you know, staff meeting. So
That's right.
I
We
know,
did
I
talk
know
about it
the answer.
yesterday. Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows the answer, so I don't want him to give it. I'll give you just a tiny bit more. I'm just hoping against hope that in the background here that ChatGPT starts to work and I start to have some kind of a presentation, but it sure doesn't look like it. It's just
Yeah,
frozen. Is it
Alicia
working?
has,
Is it working for you? I don't care about questions that are completely
Okay.
unrelated. Um,
No, she has the right answer for synthetic.
oh, okay. Alicia got it.
She got
Synthetic
it. Yes.
intelligence. Alicia, be honest now. Did you look that up or did you know that? Because I didn't know. I did not know that that was a word. I actually found it through a person that I follow. Is anyone else using Chat GPT today, right now, and having it not work for them? Because it is just sitting here doing nothing. I'm going to completely reload it on my computer. You
Yeah,
know
I
what?
worked.
Let's what's
Yes.
that? Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mark.
I worked with ChatGPT today. It was working fine. I mean, it is slow sometimes and takes some time to think, and then it worked.
Oh,
So okay,
it's
it
not
might be.
working for me.
Yeah.
Let me just see if maybe if OpenClaw is. It is. Well, let me share my screen here. I'm going to show you, we're going to go a little bit out of order, but this is very useful AI for, it says Google Chrome's not responding. So something's wrong with my Google Chrome. No, it is now. Here, let me share this page. This is, as soon as it shows up, it's just showing white now. This is Instantly Claw. This is using OpenClaw. And this is just the dashboard. So I haven't given it a prompt yet. This is a agent that I named Deborah. Deborah is my wife's name. And I've had Deborah working on a project of identifying businesses that don't have websites and creating sample websites for them, and then also a proposal to them to, and you're seeing the code for one right here. And I have, this is something that one of you can teach me. Maybe Mark can right now. Mark, here's the code. What would be the best way for me to where should I put this to quickly be able to show the group what this is? But before that, I'm going to log out of ChatGPT and log back in, see if I can get it to work. It's just doing nothing. It's just sitting here. So I'm going to log out. I'm not even going to log out. I'm just going to close it and reopen something here. Wouldn't you know, I do one of these webinars a week about AI, and this one I've used it to teach. I want to use it to teach. And this is the first time ever since I started using OpenAI, who knows how long ago, 2.5 years, that it hasn't worked for me. First time ever. And it is not working. And supposedly it just sent me an email. So my internet's working. There's the code it wants me to put in, 477728. I got to tell you, that's the other thing that's going on weird on my computer right now. Mark, why is it not showing that tab that I just opened?
Oh,
It should be right at the end here.
Right.
It's not there. I just opened a
One of them.
tab.
Should be one of them, but see.
And I don't know. I mean, these are completely different. I'm just going to get rid of these. This is a topic for another webinar and another day. Company that I'm excited about, which is called Make Wellness. But I just went to open ChatGPT and now I'm not even finding where. Oh, not a good day, everybody. Where in the heck is it? All right, I'm going to open a new tab completely. I'm going to open a new window completely. And I'm starting all over. Any comments in the that are AI related, not anything else environmentally?
Yeah, the comments, Alicia says she
Three,
uses
six, five.
AI all the time. She loves it. So yeah, a lot of people use it nowadays, I guess. Yeah, it's easy to write an email or a reply or manage emails.
So why is it doing this and just starting all over again? Now it's telling me to put the code back in. Nothing I'm doing is working today. Oh, this is frustrating. I just put that in, everybody. You guys saw me. I'm sharing my screen. Now it's saying put in a code again. Oh,
Okay.
it's like this is cursed today, everybody. Cursed. Here's another code, maybe
Sent you another one, yeah.
836503. All right. And I opened a different window. So I'm going to open that window again. 836503. Continue. Look at this. See this? It went right back to this. Look at this, Mark. It's
Yeah,
not
this is
opening ChatGPT.
not opening.
So that's why it wasn't doing anything, everybody, because it was just, it's not even connecting for me.
Yes,
And you saw other things are connecting. It's sending me emails.
right.
Open Claw is working.
Yeah, some people use Google Gemini, so that is also one of the AI platforms you can
Yeah.
use.
All right. So again, this is some code and different things. So I was asking Mark, we're going to forget about finding the presentation. We're going to forget about ChatGPT today. Obviously, something's not working right with it. I have no idea what I was going to specifically do for the presentation today. Here I'll do this. This was last week's. Here's just session 4. Let's just start from the beginning again. And if you remember, we were basically doing prompting with, no, this is session 3. This is prompting. What in the heck now? Why are you beeping at me, computer? We've opened session 4. There's number 4. Start from the beginning. So writing and thinking and research as a partner, that's what we were talking about. And obviously, either I'm not being a very good partner today, or ChatGPT isn't being a very good partner. So these are the kinds of things we talked about last week. Here's what we're going to do. We're not doing this today. We're just going to make this back to a regular old chat talk with Wayne session, because I really do want to do session 5 appropriately. So we'll do it next week when things work. But these were just going over a little quickly the kinds of things I talked about last week. Any topic is open, everybody. What I'm going to do, though, while we get different requests and thoughts from people, is just continue to sort of show you some things on AI. If hopefully it's new for you. If I hope you're recognizing them. These are all the slides that I used last week. That's the last one of the presentation. So
Doug Starfield is on. I think it's his first time, maybe.
no, Doug's been on way before, but it's been a long time.
Oh, okay. So he says Gemini is friendly but hallucinates too much. Yeah, that's one of the issues. But I think that's issue with all of the platforms. If you're not careful, they can do it.
Yeah, I use it so much, everybody, that I know when hallucination occurs. And frankly, it doesn't happen that much for me. So, Mark, back to my question. Here's a bunch of code. If I
Right.
copy this and send it to you, can you put it up on just put it into a Kajabi site so we can see what this says? Just
Yeah.
open a page. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
open the
copy it, send it to you. Nothing's working. It won't paste. I have no idea. I am not this stupid. I do not know what's going on in my life right now. This is just crazy. All right, let's go back and do it again. Copy it. All right, it's copied. Now let's paste it. It's not allowing me to paste. Oh, it's just crazy. All right. I can't paste, Mark. I've tried to paste it into that code into this email, and it's not letting me post. Nothing's working. Just nothing on my computer is working. Paste is not working. Look at that. I can't paste the code, even though you can see I copied it.
Right.
Kajabi support, your landing page is ready. What did I do a landing page for? What is that? I don't even know what that is. I didn't do this.
Oh,
It's
that's
like you talk about hallucination. Did you something you did? Because I didn't do this.
Yes. Yes, I just opened up a test page.
All right. So that's what you're doing. Well, let
Yeah.
me try to do this somehow another way.
You can put it in the chat into Zoom.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the code. I'm clicking on copy, and it says it's copied. So now I'm going to go to Zoom. Zoom isn't showing up either. I can't even get Zoom to work. Are you guys seeing me? Because I can't, Zoom isn't, you see this? It's not showing them on my computer. It's not even, I'm clicking on it, nothing's showing. It's like the bizarro form of life is occurring for Wayne Doorband right now. Look at this, sharing screen. And notice that I can't even bring it up on the computer. Do you guys see that? I can't get it to work. Where are you?
No, it should be on your top bar.
I know, but I can't, I see the top bar, but I can't. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing.
You should see the chat now.
All right, now I'm gonna go to the chat. And I'm gonna type the message. I'm gonna paste. And yet it's not allowing me to paste it,
Oh,
which is crazy. So obviously, I don't know where that's copied to. It must have its own
yeah.
something that it copies it to.
It's copied to clipboard or something. It should say like,
Can you
Some-
open up Instantly Claw
yeah, I've got instant
to
reply.
go to this? This is in the chat of Deborah.
Okay, let me try.
So
Right
back
now.
to Instantly Claw, everybody. This is the new. I've only got two agents right now. One is called Deborah. The other is a sales agent for the elite dog industry, where we're doing some work right now. And I've opened Deborah, and that's what we're seeing here. So hopefully Mark's going to open it.
Yeah, I got open, but let me share my screen and you can
Okay, yeah.
find-
So then I can see what you've put in.
Yeah, you can show me where chat is. Share.
No, I don't need to see where chat is. I was just in chat. If you got to grab that code and put it in that little test website you just made for Kajabi.
Right,
And then
so
share
I
it.
got, yeah, I gotta, like, I'm not seeing where the, I see Deborah, but I don't see where the code is.
Okay, so you click on here. I'll show you.
Yeah,
Now I'm going to have to share again. So I'm going to share again.
yes. That way I know where it is.
It's way down at the end of the chat. Okay, so it's almost to the end of what that I was.
Family,
Here.
into my agents.
You open up. No, here I'll show you, Mark. You go.
Okay,
Are you seeing? You guys seeing my screen? You
yes,
click on the three dots,
okay,
and then you click View the Agent.
okay. To the agents. All right. And you ask me to log in.
Well, if you're not logged in, you can't get into
Okay.
Instantly Claw.
All right, it logged me in now. It took a while to log me in. So now I see,
You should see something that looks like this with the left-hand sidebar, and
yeah,
then
yep, I'm there.
all the way to the end of this chat session.
Chat again.
It's not quite at the end, but if you're seeing my screen, then I'm going to give it to you, is this code for what is the sample website for Boise Mountain Bike Repair.
Okay, let me find it here.
Well, and why don't you share? I'll stop sharing and you share your screen at some point.
Okay, I'll start sharing. I'll share my screen.
By the way, again, we're open to anything now. So any questions anybody has, comments, just put them in and I'll try to deal with them.
Okay. So now it should come up in a second.
Yep.
Right.
That's the code you want to copy.
Right,
And then I don't know whether you're going to be able to copy. Maybe it has to be copied and just be right on this. But see if you can put it on that sample web page you created.
all right. Try this.
So Mark's in Kajabi now, everybody, which is what we've used for over 10 years. And he's just creating a sample web page using that code.
Yep. Let me just go to the page before I do that, then I'll go to the page.
Okay, go way down and get that code. There it is. It's the same.
Okay. It's not, yeah, it's not pasting.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not allowing it to paste.
Let me try this.
You just try, yeah, just highlight it all and copy it that way.
This works. Yes, it works. Maybe nothing happened. Copy the.
Well, I don't know that you copied all of it. You got to make sure you copy every bit of it.
Yes, everything is. Check again. So yeah, I copied to here. From here to here, everything is copied.
Then open any text editor and then it says it should open it. Where would that code be appearing? What block are you putting that in?
I just chose a new block. So this code, this is the block I chose.
Right.
Yeah. So code. Saved it.
I don't know why it's not working.
Code is here. Can try another thing.
Okay, so somebody put in something about the 70-20-10 model for learning and development. There it is, Mark. It's showing up now. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Pausing my tune up.
So this is the website it created, everybody. I have no idea who this is, but it's a repair business for mountain bikes that doesn't have a website. And that's why it went out and looked and found this. So obviously really simple. Or is anything on there clickable, or does it just show?
No, nothing is clickable now.
All right, now go back over and see if there's anything else. See if it gives the actual proposal. So then the whole idea is you would send a proposal to this mountain bike company.
So it should have a, oh, there's another code.
It's probably it. Let's try see if that's the proposal.
Copy this code. Save it to Boise Bike.
I'd save it just to make it another block on that page. What are you doing? Trying another editor?
Yeah, I'm trying code editor. For this is. It says.
All right, you keep doing it. I'm going to look at questions here. Sitecore AI is powerful. Horizontal makes it perform. Don't know about that one. We'll check that out maybe. The ultimate agentic AI code guide. Fungi is very important in agroecosystems. Yep, I believe fungi is important in any kind of a ecosystem. It's part of the whole system. Are you able to explain how trees communicate in the forest? No, I'm not. Anybody else knows that one? That'd be great. I don't have I'm sure there's ways that they do compute. They do, but I'm not sure. So Doug says, I think a question, I run an agent from the prompt. Not sure what you mean by that one. Where are you at in the world now, Doug? You should unmute yourself and let us chat with you for a second. You getting it? Is it printing any of the others there? Mark, print the proposal or anything else?
I think that both of these Spain builds a website. So this is a bike website. Has a proposal here. So I found proposal here. Yeah. Here's a PDF.
So Doug asked, what about another Drive to Survive? I'm in Seattle. Cool. You got some money, Doug? You want to fund it? I'm joking a little bit, but great idea. Lots of money, lots of cost. So we'd have to go out and raise a bunch of money. Need somebody to run it. It's not going to be me. I got plenty of other things to do. What kinds of things do you do? You are looking for funding for it. All right, very cool. For those of you who don't know, we haven't talked about it a little bit, but back in the 2000s, a long time ago, 20 plus years ago now, there was a Drive to Survive and a Drive for Life that were sponsored by the Institute of Economics. Dennis Weaver was running at that time, and his passion is vehicles. And that's not mine. Matter of fact, I hope we can figure out how we get farther and farther away from vehicles, although we're not going to figure that one out. We're going to always be reliant on vehicles. But Dennis was a gearhead and I'm not. So Dennis had two events that the Institute did during that time frame. One was the Drive to Survive, which was a drive from one end of the West Coast to the other end. The other was the Drive for Life, which was from San Francisco to the East Coast. And they were probably $1 million funding efforts. And Dennis funded them mostly from his own money. So yeah, do those have the proposal there, Mark? Can you click that clickable link? See if that.
Yes.
See, I've clicked it, and because it's just an HTTP, my computer won't print it. You're going to see the same thing. It thinks it's hostile, that it's
yeah, it's opening. Okay. Yeah, my computer doing the same thing. Blocked it. But let me see if I can open the sample website.
So Doug says he has the video. I'm assuming, Doug, you mean the video from the Drive to Survive. Yeah, there's lots of videos. I've got thousands of hours of videos that if you ever go to our sites and such, you'll see. but then obviously the video's been, there has been a video up of it on YouTube for years. But it's always better to have it on more than one site. I'm going to quickly look while Mark's doing this on YouTube and just do Drive to Survive. By the way, I just finished reading an amazing book, by the way, that everybody ought to read. That's called The Worst of Times. And it is about the Dust Bowl days in the central part of the United States. It's been really the South Central. So the corner of Colorado, the corner of Kansas, a corner of Texas, a corner of New Mexico, and a corner of Oklahoma. And where the worst of what they called the black blizzards occurred from 1930 to 1936, 35. By the way, one of my dogs is barking, and I'm at a camp right now. And just hear by myself, see if the barking's happening because somebody's here to visit us. Doesn't appear there is, but I'm looking out at the outside, not seeing anything. Mark, you having any luck getting the proposal up or anything? I'm just looking at this.
No, it doesn't work. So
Yeah, it doesn't work because it's just HTTP. Yeah.
even the PDF didn't. Okay, PDF. Even the PDF didn't work. And save the proposal. Check into my account.
I'm looking up everybody, the Drive to Survive here to see if what is up here. Wow. By the way, Formula One, the movie, is actually called Formula One Drive to Survive. I did not know that. That's interesting. All about Formula One. All right, let's look up something else. Drive for Life. And just a bunch of stuff about driving. And then how about just Dennis Weaver? Wow, here's one from 1 month, from 9 months ago. Huh. So, Mark, are you getting anything to work there?
No, the proposal didn't download. But the HTMLs, I can paste them into a editor and they show up. But the PDFs didn't download. There's also an option to download zip file. Option to download, but these links didn't work.
Here's an interesting one. I'm going to share my screen again. So let's go back to mine. All right, look at this. Dennis Weaver from 13 days ago, The Shocking Legacy of a Green Pioneer. I don't think this is going to be very positive, everybody, so I'll warn you in advance. It's 15 minutes long, so we're not going to look at it. Maybe it is The Shocking Legacy of a Green Pioneer. Let's see. So obviously this is an AI about Dennis. I'm just playing in the background here. So everybody, I'm guessing that was absolutely made by AI and it's very well done. It's all about Dennis. So this is Robert Redford is this next one. I'm not going to watch this. We're going to go back. Let's go back to this. Just I was looking, I just had done a search of Dennis Weaver Economics. And this is where Dennis died. This is his Earthship home in Ridgeway. So this is 11 years old. Obviously, he died in 2009, so 11 years ago was much more recent than that. And it looks like Jerry was still alive, and this is the house. This is his Earthship home. Very cool. So a long time ago, and that was done. Here's Limping Deputy. This is a short. Let's just quickly look at this little short. Now it's describing his life. Okay, that one's easy. So let's go back. Visit to a grave. Here was a memorial to him. Let's see what this is. By the way, I had in my mind that Dennis had died in 09. Wow, it shows you I was off by 3 years. So we really had founded, had kind of picked back up the Institute of Economics in 06. And for whatever reason, my mind was going to 09. This is actually pretty cool. This is only 4 minutes about when, yeah, I could care less what you use. So there's, yeah, this is this is Dennis's home when he died. And I don't think Jerry was even alive when this was made. Well, we've seen most of it here. Just going to just read what's here. This was made in 2015. I don't know why I haven't seen this video before. Um, a team of environmentalists came together to visit this historic estate. So obviously, Dennis was dead. I'm assuming Jerry, his wife, might have been dead by this time. Remember, Dennis died in 06. So it looks like this is by the people who bought it. It raised in 1.4 million for the purpose of purchasing it. Oh no, during their visit, they did sit down with Jerry. So she was still alive in 15. These are just people's comments about this video. All right, let's go back again here and see anything else that might be new. 13 days ago was the one, that first one we looked at. 3 months ago. We looked at that one. The soil up. Now we're getting into much more stuff about soils. Yeah, I think we're past Dennis now. Let's just broadly, I haven't done one for just economics. Mark, if you see any other comments or questions that are cool, let me know. I'm just going to
Yeah,
do.
there's a link from Alicia, and this is about AI marketing video.
So obviously, look at most of these are ones that from our adventures, Colonomics, every one of these. Wow, here's an interesting one. From 8 days ago on the conduit, generative economics, not economic, ecological economics. I remember this one. I actually have looked at that one. More back to ours. Sylvandale's a ranch here in Colorado that has changed. Oh, look at this. Here's our ranch. This is Mountain Sky with snow on the ground still. Whenever this, let's look at this real quick. Remember this, Mark? Brian made this. Remember Brian Lancer?
Mm-hmm. Yes. We're not getting any audio.
It was pretty special, everybody. Here's the Mountain Sky Ranch pictures. Early shows that we did from there. Now, let's see if I can pull them up. Um, Apple Photos, Google Photos. Only because I was with him last week. And let's look and see if it's here yet. I don't know why Google does things so old. These are so old. I don't know why it doesn't have anything new. All right, let's try Google. And again, Mark, why does that not come up right where I just put it in here? Weird. So do you have any luck getting any of those others to load, Mark?
No, they didn't load.
Yeah, look at OpenAI, just doesn't want to open up. So it looks like this guy did get back and he wouldn't. This is the guy that was supposed to have been on a call with me
Calling.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's maybe he made some kind of an excuse here why he couldn't be on. Boy, is my computer just eating up memory, or not memory, but battery power on a day when I don't have a cord. It's crazy. Well, this has been a rather weird session of Talk with Wayne because nothing has worked technology wise. Any other comments or questions from anybody?
Yes, there is. Doug has another link from the Drive to Survive videos, part 3. So it's in the chat, and I'll put put these in replay. With the replay, you'll find a downloadable doc or Excel sheet with all the chats and everything. All the links will be there. You can check those out. And some people ask me how to get the previous videos. They go to our website and look for Talk with Wayne by date. So previous week's one is already up. Week before already also you can find. You have to search with the dates and they'll come up.
So here's this Drive. Thank you so much, Doug, for putting this up because you do Drive to Survive, as you see when we did it here, and it didn't find it. So this is one that's kind of buried. Who is the INSEF? 2 subscribers and 4 videos. Is that yours, Doug? Is this your site? Here's the parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is cool. It hasn't had very many views. So thank you for putting this up. This is awesome. We'll look at this another time. Well, anything else there, Mark?
And that's it.
All right, Doug, thank you so much for coming on here today. Alicia, always thanks to you. You are amazing. Everyone else in the audience, thank you. remember the new word, synthetic intelligence, not new, but the new acronym or SI, acronym for synthetic intelligence. We will next week go back to the series, and I'll make sure I get session 5 to work. Not sure why ChatGPT was not working today. So for me, it wasn't. Anyway, thanks all. And let me quickly show you what I'm looking at. It'll take a second for this camera to get used to that light. Come on. Yeah. This is how beautiful it is here. Just a second. I am out at my new ranch site in Rockville. And I don't know why it's just blinding at the door there. The video. Huh. It's weird how it's just not showing through the door. Isn't that strange, Mark? I wonder, let me just turn.
Yeah, it's too much light outside.
Too much light, I guess. Let me just, if I can walk this over to the door. I want you to see outside here. We'll end on that note because it is flat out beautiful outside. You're gonna have to tell me if you've seen it. Are you seeing it?
Yes, we are seeing through the door. Now it's clear. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm hanging out in. 2 miles from the nearest human being at the least. We did a little bit of some work here to get the sagebrush out of right here where we park vehicles. Behind me, and I can't really show it to you though, because the camera won't, well, maybe I could. No, I won't go far enough. Is the rest of our camp area. That is McBride Creek down there in the bottom. We're at 4,000 feet right here. That peak there is probably 6,400, 6,300, a couple thousand above us. Those are red lava cliffs. This is the high prairie of the Western United States. Anyway, we'll end it with that.